Here, Hakeem with a great return of 33 yards. Warner, quick fire, in the seam. Marshall Faulk down to the 20-yard line. Jamie Sharper with the tackle along with Rod Woodson. But that's what he can do, Brent. He can do a little bit of everything.
We talked about that, and he is such a threat running the ball, but he is a legitimate wide receiver here in the NFL. Guys got to account for Marshall Faulk, and that messes up teams. Linebackers have to cover him. Safeties have to cover him, and that quick hitter, and that gives Kurt Warner some confidence. The ball.
Rams at the 25 now. Faulk, big opening, gets through the hole with running room. Marshall Faulk knocked out of bounds at the 6.
Great job by Marshall Faulk, and he made that happen himself. The strong safety Kim Herring was coming up, attacking the line of scrimmage, and Marshall Faulk gives him a little shake and bake right there. Boom, had him. Kim Herring needs to make that play because there's nobody home. You can't let Marshall Faulk loose into your secondary.
Isaac Bruce in motion. Warner in the seam. Marshall Faulk inside the 30. Second down 12. Faulk again through the hole. Marshall Faulk out over the 30-yard line to the 32. Tackled by Dwayne Starks. But it's a gain of 13 yards. And look at the acceleration.
You see the Rams center coming right off, getting a great block there. Mike Grutadoria clearing the way for Marshall Faulk, who hits that hole.
Young quarterback doing a nice job today so far for Warner. And he throws Marshall Faulk out of the backfield. Faulk, look at this. Making people miss inside the 20-yard line. Pitch and catch.
Marshall Faulk learning to flatten up. Little hitch by the quarterback. Marshall Faulk out in the flat toward the sidelines and then turns it up. He was wide open. They have not been able to cover him all day. Kurt Warner lays it right in there. And Jamie Sharper covering Marshall Faulk, no matter how fast Sharper is.
Beginning of training camp all the way through the season.
He played only 5 games last year. Another big hole for Marshall Faulk.
Here that the Rams have are better than any in the league, including the Vikings.
Marshall Faulk, first down and more. Down the sidelines, Faulk is forced out of bounds by his former Colts teammate Ray Buchanan at the Falcons' 22, a 58-yard run.
Dick Vermeil told us yesterday he had yet to see the Marshall Faulk that he had seen in Indianapolis. Now he's seen it. It's just a simple toss play. Look at Orlando Pace. Just totally subduing Chuck Smith, opening up a huge hole, and then Faulk just turns on the speed.
It was certainly shocking.
It was.
Warner to Faulk, penalty marker. Faulk breaks free.
Wow.
Touchdown!
Oh, man.
He's in.
And he's got Marshall Faulk, all of them in the passing game. Here's Faulk here. You cannot defend all of these guys. And here's why Faulk's so dangerous. Catches the ball, yes, makes 1 guy miss, 2 guys miss, 3 guys miss. Great balance.
Faulk up to the 45, a 10-yard gain.
Again, having a tough time trying to figure out where the ball will go next.
On 2nd and 8, this is Faulk. Down for the Falcons. In motion, 2nd down and 8. Here they come again. Warner dumps it off to Faulk. Faulk all the way down to the 9. He makes the miss.
Out of the shotgun. Warner, Marshall Faulk.
3rd down and 7. Warner with time, lofts it up. Intended for Marshall Faulk, and he's got it up at the 43-yard line. Lee Sales shifting from the Rams as Warner on 2nd throws it outside. Hit as he throws, but he hooks up to Marshall Faulk. Faulk tight ropes aside.
Marshall Faulk deep in the eye. He gets the pitch. Got room outside. All the way down to the Atlanta 38, down from the 16. They've been brilliant inside the red zone. Give it to Marshall Faulk. Faulk inside the 10. Knocked out of bounds by Ronnie Bradford. The shuffle pass, Marshall Faulk. Out across midfield into Falcon territory down to the 46.
3 weeks ago in that big victory, 35-10.
Warner works out of the shotgun. The little handoff to Marshall Faulk, and Faulk can be dangerous across midfield, gets the first down. That was on a 3rd and 26. The Rams working some absolute magic with Marshall Faulk coming out of the backfield.
Well, the Falcons played pass all the way. They only rushed 3 guys right here. That's all. Now everybody else is dropping into coverage. That's the threat of the Falcons. Now it's all Marshall Faulk. Oh, in the open prairies now. Very poor tackling, bad angles. Look at Isaac Bruce getting down here looking for somebody to pick off.
Rams need to get to the 5 for the first. Warner to Faulk out of the backfield. Spins free. Going to be just short of the first down. Ruffin Hamilton gets it. Marshall Faulk in the backfield. Faulk is in the eye. Holcomb in motion. He goes that way. Not only the first down, but the touchdown. St. Louis Rams. Marshall Faulk on the 6-yard score, and the Rams score in their first 2 possessions. Here's the bob and weave.
It was the dirty bird in this arena last year, and now it's the bob and weave. You're going to see Robert Holcomb here. Nice lead block on Henri Crockett. And now Marshall Faulk, all he has to do is just pick his hole. I'm right there. There's the steal block on the outside by Jeff Robinson.
Bruce in motion. Faulk across the 30-yard line.
When he gets healthy.
He gets 16 yards on the reception. Marshall Faulk through a hole. Caught from behind by Marty Carter.
This is something like that LSU would have run where Marshall, you know, that, or something from the SEC, this little pitch option on the outside. Now watch the center, Mike Verdazaria, right here downfield. Does a nice job of Marty Carter. Marshall Faulk, oh, there's the trip by Carter.
He's got a hand on him. That's
Short drop, and the draw play. Marshall Faulk gets up to midfield. A gain of 11. 2nd down and 6 from the 46-yard line. Opening drive for St. Louis. Play action. Warner underneath, caught by Faulk, spins out of trouble and gets inside. Isaac Bruce in motion. Out of the offset eye. Shovel pass. Marshall Faulk with room. Marshall Faulk all the way down to the 1-yard line. High formation, Bruce in motion from the 30-yard line. And here's Marshall Faulk. And Faulk all the way.
Come in and done a great job with Kurt Warner as well this year.
2nd and 7. Faulk stopped at the goal line. Isaac, he gave him one message as Faulk carries the ball. Still running, Marshall Faulk. Tiptoes out of bounds at the 16. Ricky Kroll in motion. Marshall Faulk. A lot of room in the center of the line. Marquez Pope with the save. They lead it 24-3. Marshall Faulk. And Faulk, look at the move. Marshall Faulk. Wow. .33-yard touchdown. 15 carries, 131 yards.
And I'd love to say it's the line here, but this is all Marshall Faulk. It's all bunged up right there in the middle. Watch him. There's all kinds of bodies. Little shake here, dance here, make a guy miss, come out, cut back across field.
Alone, false start.
Been better off playing the Arizona State athletic director, Fred Miller. But anyway, Warner with a nice touch to Marshall Faulk with them Rams down 21-0 in the 3rd. And look at Faulk make the moves and then burst. 57 yards, it's 21-7.
His first 6 games they won. The last 2 they lost. 3rd and 10. Warner under pressure. Wide open over the middle is Marshall Faulk. Alexander better get on his horse. And Faulk gets all the way down to the Carolina 23-yard line before the safeties.
Make a lot of plays like that, if nothing else, be around the football.
They go to the ground with Marshall Faulk, who runs over a couple of men up to the 10-yard line.
Kellen Winslow.
Not bad.
And you go to Dallas, Sam Peasy having Novacek. You have to have that guy, then you have to have this guy here.
And that guy is Marshall Faulk. 2nd down and 2. Faulk tries the other side. Faulk, he's going to the end zone. Touchdown, St. Louis, no flags.
Great block from Jeff Robinson. Faulk goes 18 yards, and they do always get you off the hook.
3 wide receiver set up. And this is Marshall Faulk. And he just got the Rams at the 49-48. Warner, the quarterback, gives again to Faulk. Another first down. 6-5. Warner.
And you usually go backwards like Torrey Holt just did on that play.
The Rams have only played 1 game this year on grass. That's Faulk. Now this, back to that shot. He got to take a shot at the end zone.
In the end zone.
Faulk. Now he can't stop the clock. Turf. Some of that speed goes away. This is Faulk. Here's Faulk. Faulk again. Hammers it out to the 35-36.
Has been incomplete on his last 4 passes. This time to Marshall Faulk inside the 5. And he looks like he's got enough for a first down. Center Ryan Tucker, who's in as an eligible as a tight end. The handoff to Faulk, and he's in. The Rams. It started with a great return by Tony Horn. It's finished by Marshall Faulk. And the Rams have regained the lead. Leading 13-9, the Rams are going for 2. The handoff inside and fighting his way across the goal line. It's good. Marshall Faulk. How about that? Hakeem, Torrey Holt, and Isaac Bruce. The delay to Faulk. Cuts it back inside. He's in. Touchdown.
They sold it as a pass, and they hit him on the draw.
7 plays, 80 yards. The Rams widen the lead after the Saints failed to score. The Rams come down the field and lead it 22-12. Who have the ball at their own 24. Marshall Faulk takes it, slips a man, and turns it into a big gain across the... Has come on with a better second half. 3 wide receivers in the game. Faulk carries, slid through the hole and spins across the floor. And the toss to Marshall Faulk. Plenty of room. Faulk down at the 20-yard line.
Andy McCollum has taken over at center. And Warner to throw on second down. Drops it off to Marshall. Pitch it to Faulk, and it's time to bob and weave, although a flag is down.
Being a smart player and understanding the big picture, not trying to be overly aggressive and really jamming in somewhere.
3rd and 5, and he has Faulk, who makes a nifty move to the end zone.
I think the Saints just scored, didn't they? Listen to the people cheering. Faulk is still lined up in the backfield. The one thing when you have him still on the field is that with those 4 wide receivers, they can clear it out. When those 4 wide receivers run down the field, everybody's worried about the 4 wide receivers. And when you have a guy that's a threat such as Marshall Faulk, being able to be a second tier and underneath receiver, he is dangerous. Willie Clay, I mean, he didn't have a chance. I mean, there's nobody in the league that can end up stopping Marshall Faulk in the open.
2 tight ends set, I formation. Faulk breaks it up through the middle, and he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard.
And you can see that the Rams are in their 2 tight ends and 2 backs. They're just going to come out and try and pound the Saints defense.
Big run by Marshall Faulk. And he's all the way to the... And the Rams have the football 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Faulk able to avoid 3 would-be tacklers. A huge gain for Faulk, still on his feet inside the 30-yard line. Caught from behind by Chris Giordano. And Marshall Faulk, a native of St. Louis, a native of New Orleans. A huge day today.
They catch the New Orleans Saints in a blitz. Look at all the guys in the backfield, but none of them make the block. Fred Miller ends up blocking about 3 guys just by himself. And the nifty Marshall Faulk, he's going to make you pay if he can beat you.
And Marshall Faulk goes in motion to the left, and he makes the reception at the 30-yard line. Dives
pass for the first down and made in a 9. And there's the screen pass, and it's caught. And Marshall Faulk out of the pack. That's why he leads the NFL in total yardage. That's a 27-yard gain.
Student of the game.
3rd down and 2. Warner has time, and he's got an open man. And the pass caught by Torrey Holt. First and 10 at the 5-yard line. And here's Marshall Faulk getting running room and getting the first down.
On 2nd and 6, it's Faulk again. Picks up the first down. Cuts to the outside. Out of that yard line, 3 wide receivers set. Ernie Conwell in the game at tight end.
Right here.
And Warner's pass is deflected into the hands of Faulk. Marshall Faulk made the catch after it was bobbled by Torrey Holt.
Warner delivers this ball right into Azazir Hakeem's hands. He bobbles it, he bumbles it, he fumbles it in Torrey Holt's hands. And then a lucky bounce.
As you said, when things are going your way, and now Faulk bursts into Bear territory on that play clock winding down from the Bears 48. Warner dumps it off to Faulk. Marshall Faulk racing towards the end zone for the touchdown, 48 yards.
The 2 guys that really make this play are Adam Timmerman and Mike Grenadaria. Watch these 2 guys here. Watch them come out. Look at the blocks. Watch the blocks up front. Wham, there's 1 guy out. There's 2 guys out. And then Tom Newton as well gets another. Just sit down.
Now Warner off the play fake to a wide open Marshall Faulk up to the 32-yard line.
You know, it's like one of those marquee monster movies.
Warner to Faulk. Marshall Faulk down the sidelines. Forced out of bounds. He stepped out Chris Hudson after a gain of
domination again, and that's what has made them such a special team. 302 yards already.
What a catch by Faulk, and Warner has now completed 10 straight pass attempts. See the letter from Peyton. Faulk escapes the tackle attempt from Mike Wells. And it's Azuma again. 300-yard passing game of the season. Faulk down to the 24-yard line. Warner out of the shotgun, a high snap. Shovel pass to Faulk. And he is in for the touchdown. Marshall Faulk. And the bob and weave, the Rams patented. And the Rams reached 500 points.
Well, 2 records have gone down, and I guess 3 records. But until this play here, it's been a little bit lackluster.
Faulk extending his record inside the Eagles' 15, a 57. He said he didn't know who won the Heisman Trophy until last week. Faulk, 2nd touchdown today.
Together a staff and a team that is tops.
Trying to run the screen pass, and they do to Marshall Faulk. Faulk to the 20. Faulk at the 10. He's going to score.
Woo! Bob and weave. And they do this so well. You see, they start with a play fake. And then Marshall Faulk comes back to the other side, a screen pass. And watch how quickly, after he catches that ball, he just explodes. And, you know, I mean, there's missed tackles.
Number 50 lined up on the left of the offensive line is eligible to catch a pass.
That's Ryan Tucker, the extra tight end.
It goes to Faulk, and Faulk hammers in the end zone, touchdown.
Watch him, he's going to get a lead right here. And no one touched him.
Your local listing, Kurt Warner, 13 out of 17. Attempt number 18 is complete to Faulk. Midfield and the cross. Feel like he's been in the middle most of the day. Here's Warner pitching back to Marshall Faulk.
The 2 big games in the playoffs. On 1st and 10, Warner able to step up over the middle. He finds the wide open Marshall Faulk, who takes it to the 14-yard line, and that's another first.
In the secondary against the speedy receivers of the Rams.
Quick snap, 2nd and 10, and it frees Faulk down the sideline. Walker has an angle on him, and the last guy to get him knocks him out of bounds. A little like a play they ran in the regular season game when the Rams were down 21-0 and Faulk looking for a